and secure the points lead. Chad Reed wins Anaheim 1! James Stewart comes to Chase Field looking to reestablish himself as a series favorite. The 2008 Monster Energy Supercross season rolls on from the Valley of the Sun. Next on Speed. Welcome to Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona, round 2 of the Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen. When Chad Reed showed up in Anaheim, California last week at a brand new Yamaha, and he was well rested and ready to challenge for his second Supercross championship. When he left Anaheim, he had the points lead and your first win of the season under your belt. How much is that momentum going to help you as you challenge for this title?
I think it's going to help a lot. You know, it's I've been thinking about that one race, you know, really looking forward to 08 season since May of last year, and a lot of downtime and a lot of testing and a lot of hard work went into it. And I think, you know, showing up and getting a win was definitely, you know, definitely proof on the board.
Arguably the grittiest rider in the field, and you gone through another round with an injury that none of us knew about. Your hand was beat up a little bit at Anaheim. How is it today? Yeah,
I took a fall in practice and just hurt my hand a little bit, but you know, it's fine. It's not going to stop me from winning or losing, and really looking forward to Phoenix. You know, I've walked away here the loser every time, so I'm looking forward to getting you know, get that trophy and walk away winning.
Well, his hand didn't slow him down. Who or what can? Our Jeff Emick is standing by with one rider who's going to try.
Thanks, Ralph. I'm here with James Stewart, defending Supercross champion. Last week, started out the main event with a fall in the first turn. Only took him 11 laps to get to second place, but that's kind of where you had to settle in. I have a feeling that you're wanting something a little more than last week, though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was happy with last week's performance. I thought, you know, because the circumstances of what happened was pretty good, but I don't like second place. You know, obviously, we come out, we try to win every weekend, but you know, I thought I rode pretty good. I thought for the title sense, I thought it was a good decision to stay where I was, but I mean, if I'm up out of the first corner, you know I'm going for the win.
Good smart ride by James Stewart puts him in a good position. On to Erin.
Thanks, Jeff. Well, a very impressive Supercross debut made by the number 800 of Mike Alessi aboard his factory Makita Suzuki, having gone all the way through the LCQ, which he won and salvaged a 6th place in the main event. But he's doing it so a brand new bike, a brand new team, and brand new mechanic. Mike, a lot of pressure on your shoulders this year.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of pressure, but you know, I don't look at it like that. You know, I just go out there and race the race on the weekend and do the best I can. You know, there's no pressure on me, so I like it. You know.
Mike Alessi, the man that's filling in the shoes of Ricky Carmichael here at Factory Makita Suzuki. Ralph, back to you.
All right, Erin, thanks. Hey, when you're the GOAT, everybody wants your autograph, even if you're not racing bikes anymore. Stay with us. When we come back to Phoenix, we'll be getting underway with the racing. But here's one final look at Anaheim 1. Visit Progressive.com today. And by Toyota, moving forward. Welcome back to Phoenix, Arizona, the Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. Getting set to kick off heat number 1 of round number 2 from right here at Chase Field. Let's head down trackside to the third member of our broadcast crew, Erin Bates, with a Progressive pre-race report.
Well, guys, due to all of the flooding that has taken place in Southern California, Mike Alessi decided to invite virtually all of the riders lined up behind me here to his house in Victorville, California for the high desert. As you can tell, all of these guys were riding together, practicing together, something that they don't normally do. And as you can tell, all of them here, they look prepared, they are ready, and a little bit of heat even boiled up, if you want to say, between Chad Reed and also Josh Hill. As you can see, they're side by side right now. Hopefully they'll be able to keep their tempers cool in this heat race.
Super super competitive group of guys. You put them together, and racers are racers. Things happen. Here's our Supercross 4-1-1 as we get set to go racing. We'll have 2 heats. Top 9 going straight to the main. Everybody else, the last chance qualifier, where we'll get our final 2 riders for the 20-rider, 20-lap main event. I'll show you the starting grid now, too, for this race. And we get Chad Reed in this one. Ivan Tedesco, a rider, hoping for good things this weekend.
And in practice, Ivan Tedesco was really pushing hard. I spoke with his coach/trainer, Ricky Carmichael. He says Ivan has really got it together this week, and he's focused, and we'll see if he can improve.
Josh Hansen in this one, too, as the 30-second board goes off on that Joe Gibbs Racing entry. They're hoping for good things this weekend. Here we go. Looks like it's going to be Hill on the 40 who might get the whole shot. He did. Nathan Ramsey on the 25 trying to hold on to second, but he loses out to Mike Alessi on that yellow Suzuki.
Welcome back, Nathan Ramsey. Coming back from an injury. He's really been good here today. Starting to loosen up and get his flow back. Third place start here in this first heat race.
Not a good start for his teammate in the points leader right now, Reed, who sits back in 4th. Maybe 5th.
Yeah, you can see how dry the track is at this point. There's a lot of loose dirt on track as they come through the start first turn area.
Ivan Tedesco on the charge on the number 9 Honda. He gets around Reed and he goes to work on Ramsey. But look at Reed on the outside of the split. Boy, he played that beautifully.
Great pass by Chad Reed. Just used that outside line as advantage as Ramsey and Tedesco were bottled up with each other. They're still bar to bar right now. Chad Reed just flew by on the outside. He's headed towards the front.
Oh boy, Tedesco and Ramsey getting together. These two cannot get separated from each other.
And Ramsey not giving an inch.
And Andrew Short right behind him, the other Honda rider, right there, number 29. 3 wide going into that hairpin, and Andrew Short comes out with the spot.
That's a great position to be in for Andrew Short. You see those two guys battling, and it's just, you know that you're going to have a little extra room.
Here comes Reed around the outside of Alessi, and the Australian rider is on a charge. He's got his sights set on Josh Hill, and here he comes. Now remember, Erin already set us up with the fact that these two got a little testy with each other at practice earlier this week.
Yeah, but that's during the week. This is race time. These guys are professionals. They're going to keep it clean.
You really want me to believe that, huh?
Well, if they come across the start here into this right-handed 180 and they're close, there could be a little friction.
What I do know is that these are 2 hotly contested riders that are very determined to win this heat.
And Josh Hill, he's a rookie on the 450. He's putting in a great ride right now.
And a good battle back here as well with the Honda riders, Short and Tedesco. Andrew on the 29 just in front of his Honda stablemate. Andrew Short and Ivan Tedesco battling over for it.
And as you see, yeah, the lap times here, Chad Reed actually about 4/10 of a second faster, but Josh Hill is really holding his own, putting in some great laps.
Josh Hansen holds the final transfer spot right now. Those are the riders listed in green going across the top of the screen. Those in red looking at a trip to the LCQ. Boy, Reed is closing in, Jeff.
And what Josh Hill needs to do is keep looking forward. He cannot focus on what's behind him. He needs to put in his very best laps, put what happened last week behind him, and race forward.
And don't look to the left or the right, because here he comes. Reed is all over it. Outside, cuts inside, and got the lead. And the Phoenix crowd went crazy over that beautiful pass by Chad Reed. Hill trying to counterattack. No, can't get it done. And Reed with 3 to go starts to try to pull away.
It looked like Josh Hill was going to poke that front wheel in on Reed, but there was at least a foot there between the bikes, keeping it nice and clean. And right here, we're taking a look at The number 29 bike, Andrew Short. He's been riding from the back here, or mid-pack start.
And he's working Mike Alessi. Alessi on the yellow Suzuki. Here comes Short.
And what's difficult about this split, what those riders just took was the left line. You enter the whoops on the left side. It's hard to gain your momentum. As Chad Reed was taking it, the triple is the beginning part, and he goes through the whoops with much more momentum.
Short takes over third. Now here comes Tedesco. Trying to get another Honda inside the top four. Mike Alessi doing a lot of looking over his shoulder at these guys. You talked about putting your head down.
Well, Mike Alessi, ever since he has came into the pro ranks, he's always had to take a look over his shoulder. He had the bullseye on his back from the beginning. Ivan Tedesco is one of those riders that in the light series that they bang bars quite a bit, so there was a lot of friction there, but now they're in the Supercross class. There's all of that stuff needs to be left behind. I see why they call it the Valley of the Sun, because it gets hot here in Phoenix. Maybe outside, on the racetrack, all the way around.
It's been a great weekend here in Arizona, and the crowd being entertained here by the stars of Supercross in heat number 1. Chad Reed on his final lap. He came to Phoenix with the points lead and a win under his belt. Got a heat race win in Anaheim, looking to get 2 heat race wins in 2 weeks and maybe another main event.
As we take a look at Chad Reed leading this heat race, his best lap time was a 45.9. So we're going to keep an eye on that for the racers in the second heat. See who ends up with that fastest single lap.
You mean James Stewart? We're going to keep an eye on it because James is coming up next, and Chad Reed takes the win in heat number 1. Boy, he is so determined this year. And even with that injured hand, it's not slowing him down any. The gritty Australian has another win, and we're coming back to Phoenix.
I ride for business. I ride for fun. I ride a Kawasaki.
Welcome back to Phoenix. Here's a look at the results from heat number 1. The Monster Energy results look like this. Top 2 were Yamahas. These 9 riders are all going straight to the main, all the way down to Heath Voss and Paul Carpenter. Everybody else heads for the last chance qualifier. Here's Erin with Chad.
Chad Reed has always stated that he's never done well here in Phoenix, but he made that heat race look way too easy. Chad, you obviously have found a spot where passing is going to take place.
I've always done well, but never won. Man, I want to win tonight. This is one stadium, one of the only stadiums that I have never won at, and man, the start's going to be really important. The track's really easy and fast tonight, and everybody's going fast. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, get a whole shot and then just check out like I did last week. But shout out to the guys on Sam Manuel Yamaha, Thor Parts, and Bridgestone Scott. Man, that's second year around, and we're looking for a win here in Phoenix.
Talk about using that outside lane. You made 2 passes happen there.
Yeah, they changed it since the last practice. It was really uneven, and the inside was a lot faster. And the Dirtworks guys done an awesome job, and they cut the outside down. So I think it's pretty even right now. It's all about just committing and going for the whoops. So looking forward to the main.
Congratulations on your heat race win.
Now you can get the latest race results and news right on your phone with weekly green alerts from Speed. Text KX to 773333 on your mobile phone to receive free motorcycle racing text alerts. Speed Green Alerts presented by Kawasaki. Well, let's take you now to the highlights of heat number 2 for the Supercross class. Stewart with the whole shot. Boy, it looked like Ferry bobbled through there a little bit, and that allowed Langston to close back in.
Ferry did make a mistake. Here's the split.
Chad Reed watching. Here comes Langston. He's around Ferry. Windham Windham is on the red 14 inside of Summy. Summy on the Joe Gibbs Racing Yamaha.
That was a nice pass by Kevin Windham. I thought we were at Peoria. Had that dirt tracker style around the inside.
And they better hurry because Davey Millsaps on the red Honda's coming in. Millsaps having a good ride here tonight, and we've been waiting. The biggest problem Davey's had has been injury after injury after injury.
Definitely here with a little over a lap to go. He is pressuring two of our top stars here. You see him jumping through the rhythm section and finds a line on the outside. Makes that pass on Ferry.
Very easy run to the win here. If we can just negotiate these last few obstacles. Shouldn't be a problem for this man. Here it is, checkered flag, James Stewart, heat number 2. So here's the results from heat number 2. Our Monster Energy result board looks like this. James Stewart takes the win, but Antonio Balbi and the rest will join him in the main event, which you'll see here in a little bit on speed. Let's go down and meet the winner. He's with Erin.
1/10 of a second faster than Chad Reed's heat race. James, obviously you've managed to accumulate a little bit more time out there. What are you doing differently, and where are you making up the most time?
I think I just got a good start. I mean, obviously getting the whole shot is pretty key on this track, and you know, it's going to be a good rattle. I mean, I feel pretty good out there tonight, and I just want to go out and have some fun. Just stay up out the first corner, be tough.
Keep it on 2 wheels and do what you did last year. See you in the main event.
Thank you.
So James Stewart is going to the main, setting up another great battle between Stewart and Reed, yet to go here in Phoenix. And a big crowd is on hand here in Chase Field. The roof is open, the stars are shining bright. And we've got a great main event yet to go. Stay with us here on Speed. Afternoon here in Phoenix. The Valley of the Sun gave us bright sunshine earlier today. Lots of great things to see and do out in the pit party area. And inside Chase Field, it's been a hot night of racing. Welcome back inside here at Chase Field. The roof is open. It's a gorgeous night outside. We're having a lot of fun watching some great Supercross competition here at the Monster Energy AMA Supercross. On January 25th, tune in for the trials and tribulations of the longest off-road race below the equator. Will Ryan Millen follow in his father's tracks or fall victim to the muddy pine forests of New Zealand? Don't miss the 2 Roads to Taupo, January 25th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific, only on Speed. Here's the results from the Supercross Last Chance qualifier, our Monster Energy Supercross results board. Nick Way and Jeff Gibson take the top 2 spots. They'll join the other riders in our 20-rider, 20-lap main events. You know, opening ceremonies is always a huge part of a Supercross event. Not only do the fans love it, but so do the riders.
Say hello to Red Dog Tim Ferry!
To come out of that stage or to walk down and the fans just high-fiving you, you know, to have the whole stadium looking at you, whether it be 30, 40, 60-something thousand people, it's definitely a rush for sure.
You know, I try to entertain. We here, you know, it's a really serious championship. It's the best championship on earth in our sport. But you know, it's not a job for me. You know, you have to have fun. I'm trying my best, but we have to play a little bit. You know, and the fans, you know, they don't want to see somebody that say, oh, you know, they want to see somebody that is having fun on the track.
Just sitting in the tunnel waiting to go out for opening ceremonies, and before the gate drops, all the adrenaline, excitement, the crowd cheering. There's so many things that go into Supercross that make it so great.
When I hear all the Americans yelling and screaming when the national anthem finishes, when I get goosebumps up my spine, well, then I know that, you know, this is where I want to be, and it's time to go racing.
Yeah, they play the song that we like. I always have Metallica. It's pretty cool, gets you fired up to race, going out and do a few wheelies. It's a lot of fun, gets you pumped up, gets you ready to race, lets you know why you're there.
Yeah, the opening ceremonies with the fireworks and the crowd, just, you know, the building of emotions is incredible for me still to this day. Going into the 08 season is still can make the hair on the back of your neck stand up and just kind of give you chills, and you know, you just feel like you're on top of the world and nothing can be against you when you got the cheers coming.
Lots of great Supercross action coming your way on television. Here's a look at our Toyota moving forward calendar for the next 4 races coming your way from Anaheim next week on Speed, and then we move over to CBS for the next 3. We're going to San Francisco, back to Anaheim 3, and then on to Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. A couple of other guys getting ready to do a lot of racing this year, and they're also big Supercross fans, right, Erin?
Indeed, they are on their weekend off. What are they doing? They're spending it here at Supercross. I'm talking none other than Casey Mears, NASCAR Sprint Car contender, as well as Paul Tracy, Champ Car champion. You guys are here cheering on all of these athletes. Who are you cheering for, Paul?
Well, I'm part of the Monster team, so obviously you got to root for James, but it's just great to be out here. And you know, a lot of people know I've been a Supercross fan for a long time and kind of been around watching the sport, and it's just a lot of fun to come out to these races and see how big it's grown over the last 10 years.
Now, you yourself, you were out there riding, and you said you haven't rode in quite a while because dirt bikes tend to be the devil for you.
Yeah, I hurt myself enough in cars, and trying to do it on 2 wheels instead of 4 usually is even more of a disaster. But I get out, you know, a couple times a year and ride, and it's always been in my blood.
Well, way to be here and support all of these monster athletes at that. Casey, you talk about yourself. You're out there. You ride occasionally as well. But are we going to be seeing you out here on the Supercross track anytime soon?
You're not going to see me out here not with these guys. These guys are crazy. But it's so much fun to be here. I mean, it really reminds me of when we used to run the Mickey Thompson off-road races, being inside of stadiums, being back around the dirt. It's really how I grew up. So it's fun to come out here and play. We don't get a whole lot of weekends off. So I was just out here hanging out, and Paul says, hey, man, I'm going to the Supercross race. You want to go? So we ended up coming out here, really enjoying it, having a lot of fun.
We're glad to see you guys here. Boys, we've got boys from 4 Wheels coming over here, visiting us here at 2 Wheels.
Casey and Paul came here for one thing, the Supercross main event. So did we. It's coming up next when we return to Phoenix. Tuesday, it's time to see her again with the 2008 Barrett-Jackson auction. Catch 6 electrifying days of live coverage from the world's greatest collector car event. Live coverage begins Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on Speed. It is a huge week for motorsports fans here in the Valley of the Sun, and Supercross kicks it all off. Well, here we go, getting set for that main event, but before we can do that, Erin has to give us another progressive pre-race report.
Well, if you guys have been paying attention to a little bit of TV this week, you noticed a little number 7 on a program called Deal or No Deal. That's right, James Stewart, the first motorsports athlete to attend on Deal or No Deal. Even though he didn't have much luck and give the guy much luck with a lucky number 7, he said he is excited to be on a program like that to take Supercross to the next level and take it much more mainstream.
Just goes to show you how mainstream this sport is getting, Jeff.
Well, and James Stewart is a star athlete.
Here's our Supercross up close. 20 riders, 20 laps. Chad Reed and James Stewart come in as the 2 heat race winners. Nick Way, the last chance qualifier winner. As we get set to see if we can get another name at the top step of the podium this week. And Chad Reed go 2 for 2 as James Stewart finally find his way up to the top of the victory podium. Here's our starting grid. Well, we've talked about all the names. I think now it really just comes down to, what do you think, Stewart and Reed to settle it, or somebody else have a shot at it?
I'm not sure. I think Davey Millsap's really put on a great ride in that heat race. I think Ivan Tedesco's got something to prove. Andrew Short was really good. So maybe the Honda guys there will be back on it this week.
You didn't mention Grant Langston.
Oh, I definitely think Langston has an opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Main event from Phoenix. The whole shot goes to James Stewart. And is that going to be the end of it, do you think? Because, boy, when he gets out front, it can be hard to catch it. But Reed is going to give it everything he's got.
This is going to be all-out speed. Who can turn the fastest lap time? 2 fastest riders in the heat races. They were separated. their fastest laps by 1/10 of a second.
Well, the thing of it is, you know that Chad Reed's got a ton of confidence after that Anaheim win. That James Stewart felt like he left something to prove at Anaheim.
Look at Stewart. He has already thrown a little gap there on Chad Reed. Chad Reed has always been a great rider on these hard, slick surfaces also. See if he can use that to his advantage. You see Stewart making a little mistake and not drawing a good line out of that first turn to give Chad Reed a little opportunity to get closer.
Technically, it was Alessi getting the progressive hole shot, but Stewart was right there alongside of him.
And what it's going to take on a night like tonight, see, Stewart's got all the pressure from Chad Reed behind him. You have to ride clean lines, clean turns, not make any mistakes.
Reed really applying the pressure now to Stewart. He's right there, Jeff.
He is all over him, and James Stewart, he has to remain calm. Remember, we're only on the third of 20 laps. This is going to be a long race. Both these riders, though, two of the most physically fit racers that are on the circuit, along with talented.
Here comes Reed inside as they go to the split. Boy, that's something that Stewart wasn't expecting, was Reed to be right there like that. And Reed's giving it everything he's got, side by side. Battle for the lead. Oh, and Reed did everything he could not to run into him, but it cost him.
It cost him a little bit, but he knows that he has some spots on the track where he can reel James Stewart in.
This has got to be such a confidence booster for Reed to know that Stewart came out of the gate trying to pull away and didn't do it.
Look at the gap that Stewart has at this point. Over the offseason, James Stewart hired Eldon Baker, trainer of Ricky Carmichael. I believe that Eldon not only brings the physical aspect of things to the training program, but also the mental. You see James Stewart making a lot of mistakes right now. Chad Reed is back up on him. Chad makes a mistake.
Yes, he did.
But you have to put that behind you. As an athlete, you have to forget about that. It never happened. Move forward. Think forward.
Well, I think the biggest indicator of the difference that James Stewart has now with Eldon Baker is what he told you and I earlier today. He said, now I know why it was so hard to beat Ricky Carmichael.
And he's early on in this journey that he's on with Eldon Baker and his trainer. Right now, he is locked into a pretty ferocious battle with Chad Reed, and you can see when each one of these riders makes a little mistake, it closes right up.
Eldon Baker, of course, longtime trainer for Ricky Carmichael. Also helped train Nicky Hayden to a world championship. He works with NASCAR star Jamie McMurray, as well as the other Hayden brothers. So Alvin knows what he's doing. Oh, look at Ivan Tedesco having a bit of a problem. He's battling Kevin Windham for third, and Andrew Short in there as well. He's fighting with him for fifth.
Kevin Windham stepping up his game, running third at this point. Just in front of this pack we're seeing Ivan Tedesco, number 29, Andrew Short.
And you know what, Jeff? This is a big moment for the Honda team because they're sitting in third, fourth, and fifth. And Aaron Honda has not seen three riders in the top five in a main in a while.
They most definitely have. In fact, Ivan Tedesco, he was not feeling the flow this afternoon. He was looking very upset, especially after his second practice. Obviously, they've gone back and done some modifications to the setup because it's working for him so far.
Here comes Tedesco right into your living room, and he almost lost it on the last of those loops. Andrew Short giving him a hard battle. These two riders fighting over fourth. Short sits in fifth. Jeff, we got to mention Heath Voss, former world champion, sitting in sixth, having a good night.
Fantastic ride. Alessi just behind him in seventh. The two riders we're watching, these guys are teammates. They ride very similar machines. They have the opportunity to use the same parts, the same specs on the bike. They ride at the same test track. They work together. So that's why they're running so close.
Aaron, a lot of people thought that Grant Langston would be a huge player here tonight, but he's out. What happened?
Yeah, one lap ago we saw Grant Langston ride off the track in complete disappointment. What ended up happening, there's a problem with either his shock or the linkage on the bike. A devastating performance for him here this evening, not the way he wanted to end up in Phoenix.
Jeff, you can see that rear wheel completely collapsed.
Unbelievable, yes. That something went wrong with that chassis, and he's so fortunate that he actually jumped that triple with no suspension, and he landed it perfectly.
And you see Mike Alessi on the number 800 factory Suzuki with a banner stuck to the back of his bike. At least it looks like one of his sponsor banners, so I don't think he's going the extra mile for the sponsor, though.
Yeah, that would be this is an inappropriate time to be.
Here's a fight for the lead. Stewart and Reed. Reed is coming right back up.
He is inching forward on James Stewart. He's being very patient. You see both these riders tripling down out of the first, or out of the inside of the turn.
And Jeff, the pace at a 46.2, the best for Stewart, a 46.3. The best for Reed on that last lap. Reed went a 46.8 and Stewart ran a 47.1. Impressive, the fight for the lead. And they not only keep it up for 20 laps, but for an entire 17-race season. We're coming right back to Phoenix for more of the main event after these words here on Speed. Just to lead here in round number 2, the Monster Energy AMA Supercross season underway. Stewart has had the lead early on tonight. Chad Reed challenging him all the way through.
James Stewart definitely has smoothed out at this point. He's just a few bike lengths ahead of Chad Reed on the blue bike here. Chad Reed needs to figure it out. Pull him back, reel him back in.
And we're halfway to Jeff.
And this track, where these riders are riding at such an incredible pace, little mistakes here and there cause them to lose a bike link, gain a bike link. Right now, it seems like James Stewart has really put his head down and focus has been extremely smooth.
Well, it's still Stewart and Reed in the top 2 spots, and behind them comes 3 Honda riders. Kevin Windham up into 3rd. We'll hold this spot and see where Kevin is. That's Jeff Gibson. He's deeper in the field. Gibson running back in 19th. Look at how far back. Here comes Kevin. And behind him, short at Tedesco. That is a huge gap of over 16 seconds back to 3rd.
Yeah, them leaders are gone. There is no doubt about that.
It says a lot about Reed's pace, though, too, doesn't it? Stewart, by the way, has run a 45.9, the fastest lap of the night in the main. Good battle here. Well, Andrew Short
worked his way past Tedesco. So he makes a mistake here in the rhythm section. Loses a bike link with out of position.
Dealt with a lot of injuries last year to Andrew Short. And Kevin Windham. So many people question over time whether or not he's still got the total focus of determination that you need to be at the top of the podium in Supercross, and a ride like tonight could get him back on the podium.
Kevin Windham is a total package. He's definitely one of the stars of Supercross. Put on a great ride here tonight.
Not afraid to push it at all here tonight is Kevin Windham.
And what's so interesting, as Kevin has matured through his career, he's now a father of 3. I spoke to him earlier. He says, I haven't slept in 6 months, but I just do it. I do what I have to do for my career. I do what I have to do for my family. Right now, he's doing a great job.
Tremendous effort. Kevin Windham in 3rd, holding off Andrew Short. And it wasn't until later in the season that we saw Kevin Windham have some good success last year, so things starting off much better for the rider on the number 14.
Oh, he really turned it up, and both of these riders, Andrew Short, Kevin Windham at the end of the Motocross Championship, they were legitimate contenders there, and they have continued it on into this Supercross season early in 2008.
And this will be a huge boost for the folks in Honda if they can come out of Phoenix with 3 riders in the top 5. This man, James Stewart, really felt like Anaheim 1 just slipped away from him. Got all the way up to 2nd, and Jeff, he was telling us that he kind of started to see the big picture. Once he saw just how big of a lead Reed had, he didn't want to risk losing more points by making a bigger mistake and losing second place there.
And if you take a look at the graphic, you see how Stewart has just inched away little by little. This is that type of track that you're not going to make big gaps on anyone. It's little sections here and there, limiting the mistakes, hitting your lines perfectly.
All right, well, if Reed ends up finishing second here tonight as we continue to watch the battle for third between Windham and Short, which actually is getting a little bit closer. Short is really starting to close in on him.
Kevin Windham's a smart veteran rider. He knows the lines he has to take to protect the position that he's in. Andrew Short, he's going for it. He wants that podium spot.
You know, you talk about it all the time, Jeff, about a rider, even when he's in the heat of a battle, has to continue to look forward. And you can see that with Kevin Windham. You never once see him peek over his shoulder.
Well, I think Kevin definitely has earned the respect of the other riders on the racetrack as a clean rider and as a hard rider. And he's gonna be consistent with his lines, and you know, so he's not gonna have to worry about, especially with another Honda rider, of anyone really taking a cheap shot at him.
3/4 of the way through here in Phoenix. This is a battle for seventh, and it's a great one for Joe Gibbs Racing. The reason being, both of their riders, Josh Hansen and Nathan Ramsey, who runs on another Yamaha team, battling inside the top 10.
Two guys that definitely need a good ride, and Nathan Ramsey, coming off of injury last year to his wrist. Both wrists were broken, and has just resurrected his career here over this offseason, has just really put his head down, worked hard, conditioned himself. Running right inside the top 10.
And the reason why I mentioned it was good for Joe Gibbs Racing, it wasn't completely ignorant on this thing. They've got Charles Sumney up in the 9th, so they do have two riders in the top 10. It's Ramsey just in front of them. So Yamaha riders running 7th, 8th, and 9th. Stewart working his way through traffic. Okay, Jeff, let's go back to this now. With 4 to go, Stewart is going to feel like he's finally made good on what happened at Anaheim. He came here tonight looking to really establish he is still the fastest rider on the planet. He's doing that by far here tonight. But Reed, he's got to take something out of this, because early on, when James tried to just disappear on him, he wasn't able to do it early.
Chad Reed put on a great ride, but I think what we've seen, what we've talked about before, is this maturing of James Stewart. And so far, it looks like he has really been patient. He has ridden an incredibly intelligent, smart race as he picks his way through these lap riders, just showing a lot of patience.
Let's go back and take a look at the progressive whole shot replay. Now let's check that progressive whole shot replay one more time here.
As the gate drops, you got James Stewart just there on the inside. Well, I believe that was Mike Alessi actually grabbing it on the line. He's on the yellow bike, and he just gets to the line. Half a wheel in front of the 7 bike.
2 to go. About a lap and a half, actually, for Stewart. The gap between him and Reed, he's lost a little ground to Reed. He's down to about 3.1 seconds.
But you know, James Stewart knows exactly where Chad Reed is. Chad Reed knows where the 7 is, and he sees all those bikes ahead. With only 1 lap to go, the lapped riders that James Stewart is coming up on, they must obey the blue cross flag. You are being lapped. Move out of the way. The race leader is coming by.
Jeff, I think a big statement is, though, that the gap now down within 2.5 seconds. Reed is not going to feel like he got blown away in this one. He is definitely able to run the pace, and Stewart's bobbling a little bit.
Stewart bobbled, Chad Reed bobbled in the exact same spot. It keeps the gap just about the same. But this thing isn't over until they cross the checkered flag.
Working their way around on the final lap. James Stewart looking for his first win of 2008. He thought it might come in Anaheim, but he had to wait to Phoenix. James Stewart wins inside Chase Field. Stewart is on the top step of the podium once again. Chad Reed will finish second. Honda looking to put a rider on the podium. Kevin Windham looking to be that man as he makes his way around. Clearing the final few obstacles, and Kevin Windham will take third. Andrew Short will finish in fourth. So James Stewart back on top of the Supercross world, a winner here in Phoenix. A lot of people wondered about his knee after the injury from Washougal last summer. He came back in Anaheim, proved that wasn't going to be a problem. A minor mistake there cost him the win, but not here in Phoenix. He is on top of the podium at Chase Field. We'll be right back to talk to him.
Let the games begin.
Here at Chase Field, they're filing out of the stadium. They got to see James Stewart collect his first win of the 2008 Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship season. Stewart, Reed, Windham, the top three. Three Hondas in the top five, and Mike Alessi with the banner in tow comes across the line in sixth. Nathan Ramsey puts another Yamaha in there, and Joe Gibbs Racing busts into the top 10 for the first time this year with Hansen and Summy. So that program off and running now. And let's go meet our winner. He's standing by with Erin.
James Stewart picking up a well-deserved victory. James, this is what you wanted last weekend, but it came to you once again here in Phoenix. It's tonight's racetrack. It was so slick. Did it come down to who made the most minimal amount of mistakes?
Yeah, I think so for sure. And I mean, Chad was putting a strong charge in the beginning. I was like, you know what? It's a long race, and you know, I feel good in my endurance. So I was just gonna let it play out. And then finally, I got in a rhythm and started kind of creeping away a little bit. But man, the track was gnarly out there. You had to be consistent, just like last week.
Congratulations on the Battle Royale.
Thank you.
Well, James is ready to go for this championship now, Jeff. I mean, he is all set, and he is thinking about one place, and that's Vegas, because that's where he hopes to be crowned the 2008 champion. It would be his second AMA Supercross World Championship. James Stewart will be there, so will we. That first weekend in May, we hope you can join us either at Sam Boyd Stadium or on TV. And look at the points, all tied up. Chad Reed and James Stewart, one win apiece. Kevin Windham in third, just 11 markers back.
Not bad for the veteran.
Doing a great job. Tim Ferry had a rough night here, but he ends up in fourth, 16 points back in the points. Let's head back to the victory podium with Erin.
Well, Chad Reed is still unable to pick up that victory here in Phoenix. Chad, there's something about this track that is obviously difficult for you, but you put in the hardest charge we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, you know, I was going for it, and you know, at the beginning I felt pretty good, and you know, had some good lines, and then he just you know, he changed them up, and I just made a few little mistakes there, but he rode a good, solid, strong race, and that's what it's all about. You know, I'm super motivated for next week, and you know, I really wanted to put this win on my trophy cabinet, but you know, try next year. But just want to thank the whole team. We made some good choices. I think the bike was the best I'd been here, and man, just everybody at San Manuel and Yamaha and Thor, Parts Unlimited, Scott, and Bridgestone. It was a good weekend. It was a good battle.
Congratulations on a great battle.
Appreciate it.
On January 20th, courage will be tested and gravity defied as man and machine soar through the air of Anaheim. The Supercross Superstars get vertical January 20th at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, live and only on Speed. And all I can tell you is get ready for a wild, interesting throwback night, Erin.
Kevin Windham still showing that he has heart. You meant to show everybody up this weekend. You did just that, even after not feeling very comfortable on the track this afternoon. What exactly did you change up so you felt so comfortable?
Well, my team all night, the Torco, Evan Nolan, the Torco Racing Fuels Honda team's been working hard and all night to try to get me going. It's been a working battle, but it all paid off at the end. You know, just all weekend, it's been something I've been trying to do to get up here. I felt like I was close to doing it in Anaheim, won, and didn't get it done. Went down the first turn, did it here tonight, and you know, it kind of feels like I've been left out a little bit. I kind of got to get myself up there, get myself back in the limelight. You know, because when you go to do these retro races, it kind of makes us feel old because it wasn't too long after the '86 round that I started racing professional. So
feels good to keep us all guys up here, and I felt good tonight. Thank you.
James Stewart came to Phoenix with a mission to stand on the top step of the podium. He was challenged by Chad Reed all the way to the end, but at the conclusion of the night, Stewart was your winner. For Erin Bates and Jeff Emming, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from Phoenix.